We will officially howl at the moon tomorrow, okay? I was thinking about it today, but I thought, no, we've got other stuff to talk about. But big full moon tomorrow, but it's not until all the way at the end of the day in the United States. 11:08 p.m. tomorrow night will be the full moon in Gemini. Thomas Miller, welcome to the Fun Astrology Podcast. In order to get ready for that Gemini full moon tomorrow, we have to have the moon in Gemini, which we get today. After about a 2-hour void of course, the moon moves into Gemini at 3:48 p.m. this afternoon Eastern Time. We are going to spend a couple of minutes talking about this. I still want to a little bit. And then tomorrow, we don't have any exact aspects on the chart all day tomorrow, so we will talk about the full moon more then. The other thing that has already happened is Mercury this morning, while you were asleep, at least those of you Northern Hemisphere people, squared Jupiter, 2 o'clock this morning. Now remember, Mercury is changing signs later today. It's right at its last little bit of Sagittarius. So Mercury squaring Jupiter, is that something that you might sense? Well, remember, Mercury is a little scratchy in Sagittarius. So this is definitely something that might breed a little bit of, you might say, too much. Think about less is more today. This would be a good day to listen, maybe more than opine. If things are not flowing, you might just take a back seat. Let the other person talk it out. If you're following this energy, they might just paint themselves into a little box. Hey, surf it. We've got it, so surf it. That email that you would have sent explaining everything from your point of view? Yeah, not today. Hopefully you didn't send it yesterday either. Sorry we didn't mention that yesterday. Probably should have. All right, then later this afternoon, speaking of Mercury, it does enter Capricorn at 5:08 this afternoon Eastern Time. Yeah, tomorrow you might send that email, but remember it's full moon, so it's going to be weirdly received. That takes care of the happenings in the sky overhead today. But really, we are crescendo building to tomorrow when we have this Gemini full moon at 16 degrees. Now, remember, that was the same degree of the last lunar eclipse back in October. On the 9th, at 16 degrees, 33 minutes of Aries. I know a number of you felt that. Go back and try to recall the first couple of weeks and then really, I guess, the last 3 weeks of October. But this time we have a different dynamic, and that's exactly, we just skirted it yesterday. Mars and the moon are conjunct opposite the sun. Mentioned yesterday there might be more explosive energy, and then I saw this morning that there was another volcano in Indonesia, and then there's another one in Italy that's smoldering, and one in Japan. So outside of Italy, I'm thinking the Ring of Fire, right? So what do we have? We have Hawaii, Indonesia, Japan in the Pacific, and then one in Europe. I keep saying you can't make this stuff up. This full moon has some punch to it. Another thing in play that we've learned so much over on Old Soul, New Soul is the degrees themselves are important. So let's think about 16 and start watching for things related to 16 or multiples of 16. So the lower multiples, cut 16 by 2, that's 8. I guess just for playing, we could cut 8 in half, so 4. Then let's double 16, that's 32. We could even go up to 48, and then add another 16, that's 64. And how about one more, take it up to 80. You can do your own multipliers past that, but that will give you a range. I mean, think about these numbers and kind of lock them in. You might even write them down on a little mini note card or something and just be observing. This would be something that if you weren't looking for it, you might not see it, kind of thing. In fact, I just did it. I stopped while I was recording, and I have these little small pocket-sized, like wallet-sized colored note cards, and I wrote that number sequence down from 4 up to 80, multiples of 16. So let's play with this and see what happens. What color is the note card? It's the one that was on top, orange. I just picked the first one. And yes, it is early, and I have not had enough coffee, and I messed the sequence up. So what I did, I did. I messed up my addition there as I was going up. And what I did is I just scratched it out and I left the mistake. And I'm like, ooh, okay, maybe that's calling attention to that one. So, see, that's how we can play with some of these things. Hey, I am tired and I have too much on my plate right at the moment. So just a little self-forgiveness there. I was like, Thomas, you're all right. You're a little overloaded. Okay. Don't try to do math drills so early in the morning. All right, now let's play with this a little further. And if you find something that happens on your multiplier list today, leave me a SpeakPipe message. I'd love to play with that tomorrow. Now, this is just a Tuesday thing. Well, we could continue it on through tomorrow. But if you see something in your life show up that's a multiple of 16, like we just talked about, leave me a SpeakPipe message quickly about what that is. Would love to explore that together. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, let's keep our eyes out, see what happens. Watch for explosive stuff, too, and make sure you are not a part of it. Set intentions. Protect yourself around this one. It's a little spicy, all right? Seriously, set some protection. Put a bubble around yourself when you go out. Sending you love. You got this.